Math with Miss Bowman. Today we're talking about metric conversions. Metric, meter. Metric, meter. You got it. Let's get ready to learn. Do you know someone who's died by drinking chocolate milk? Yeah, me too. And it's time to make people aware. Kids have died by drinking chocolate milk. This is a very serious problem. But the good thing is, it can help us with our metric system. That's right, folks. Okay? Okay. Now, base. This means we're going to be working with meters. Okay. The B means base. We could be working with meters, liters, or grams. But in this case, we're going to be working with meters. So we can just cross these out. If we go through the letters, the K, kilo, hecta, deca, our base, deci, centi, milli. Say it with me, everybody.
Kilo, hecta, deca, base, deci, centi, milli.
Hurrah! Now, next step, folks, we want to find out how many centimeters are in a meter. Does anybody know? Anybody? Not yet, but we will find out. Centimeters are in 1 meter. Let's start with what we know and we'll figure it out. We have 1 meter. And where would we start off? At our base. Okay, so we're going to put a 1 here because we have 1 meter. We're starting at our base. Why are we not putting it over here on the M? Can anybody tell me that? Does anybody remember what that M stands for? Anyone? Anyone? Milli! So that's not meter. You can't put it over there. That doesn't work like that. So meter goes here, or 1 meter. All right? I'm going to go over what these letters mean just to make sure you're paying attention. And we're going to start with M because I already told you what that means. Milli, centi, deci, base. Got that boom boom pow? Okay? D, deca, hecta, kilo. Everybody got it? All right. Going back to what we were talking about. We have 1 meter here, and we're trying to figure out how many centimeters are in 1 meter. So in order to do that, we're going to put zeros until we get to centimeters, okay? So we got a 0 here, and a 0 here. And we reached our centimeters, so we're going to stop. All right? So how many centimeters are in 1 meter? 100. Isn't that cool how that works? All right. So, why are there 100 centimeters in 1 meter? Think about it. How many cents are in a dollar? 100. How many years are in a century? 100. And has anybody heard of a centipede? They have 100 legs. Okay? So, 100 centimeters and 1 meter. Now, we can do this on the whole spectrum. So we're going to start over. We're going to see how many decimeters are in 1 meter. Okay? So we got to start with what we know. We know we have 1 meter. Put that in our base, and we want to see how many decimeters are in that 1 meter. So what do? We add zeros until we get to decimeter. We're there. We only had to add 1 0. How cool is that? So we have 10 decimeters in 1 meter. Now, I know we've been going towards the right, so let's go towards the left. What if we want to figure out how many meters are in 1 kilometer? How do we do that one? What do we do first? We start with what we know. We know that we have 1 kilometer. All right, and the same thing still applies. We add zeros until we get to meters, because we're trying to figure out how many meters are in 1 kilometer. So we're going to add zeros. Got 0 here, 0 here, 0 here, and we stop because we've reached our meters. So we stop. So how many meters are in 1 kilometer? 1,000. That's a lot. There are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Cool beans, huh?
Bowman,
Yes?
how many millimeters are in 1 kilometer?
Alyssa, that is a great question. Let's find out. Okay? So we're going to ask how many millimeters. Where's millimeters? Can anybody tell me? Millimeters, 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 millimeters. Over here. Millimeters. So, we're going to figure out how many millimeters are in 1 kilometer. So we're going to start with what we know. We have 1 kilometer. And what do we do after that? We add zeros until we get to millimeter. So we're going to have 1 0, 2 0, 3 0, 4 0, 5 0. And we stop because we're at millimeters. Now, how many is that? That's a huge number. How many is that?
Why'd you put commas there, Miss Bowman?
Commas every 3 numbers. It just helps us to figure out if it's a large number. We just go every 3, put a comma, every 3, put a comma, and it's easier to read because I know with a lot of zeros it gets confusing. Okay? So we have 1 million millimeters in a kilometer. That is crazy. Isn't that cool though how that works? Yeah, I think so too. Now we've been working with ones, but what if we wanted to find out how many meters were in, let's say 2 kilometers, okay? We're going to put a 2 here. And like I said, what are we going to do? We're going to add zeros, until we get to meters, because we're trying to figure out how many meters are in 2 kilometers. So we got a 0, we got a 0, and we got another 0. And we stop, because we're at meters. 2,000 meters in a kilometer. Who? 2 kilometers, sorry. There's 2,000 meters in 2 kilometers. Amazing. Amazing. I think this is a pretty cool tool that we can use. So just remember, kids have died by drinking chocolate milk. Kids have died by drinking chocolate milk. Sad thing. But I'm going to cheers to chocolate milk because I'm an adult and nothing's going to happen to me. Here's to the metric system and to chocolate milk.
Oppan Gangnam Style.